So why did this super charming guy suddenly end up going crazy and murdering a bunch of people? Well, his name's Somkid, but we'll call him Kid. And Kid lives in Thailand, and his whole life he's been very charismatic, and he's really good at getting people to trust him. But once he gets you to trust him, he'll swindle you. So he's always conning and stealing and cheating people out of their money. This is basically how he makes a living. He's a con man. And he does this his entire life. But sometime around 2005, when he's around 40 years old, he decides that this con man life just isn't enough for him, and he suddenly gets into murder. So one day, he checks into a nice hotel. Then he goes out to a karaoke bar. And there, bam, he sees this beautiful woman. And she's up there singing. And he thinks she is fine. And soon enough, he starts talking to her and they're chatting. And Kid, he can't tell her that he's a con man and that he's got nothing going on. So he tells her that he's a talent agent and that she really caught his eye. And Singer is all flattered. And so when Kid asks her to come back to his hotel, she's like, aight. And so they go back to his hotel, and once they're there, she starts asking Kid about the whole talent agent thing, and suddenly he gets all defensive. 'Cause, you know, he's a liar who just got caught in a lie. And so they're arguing about this, and this is where Kid just snaps, and boom, he grabs her by the neck, and he strangles her, and then he ties her up, and he drowns her in the hotel bathtub. Then he steals some of her stuff, and he leaves. The next morning, police show up, and they find her body. And they have Kid's real name because he used his name to book the hotel room. But, unfortunately, his name is apparently very common in that area. There's like thousands of people with that same name, so they don't catch him. And thus, Kid just keeps on traveling around Thailand, living his life, and no one suspects he did anything wrong. 5 months later, one night, he books a room at another nice hotel. And he goes to a massage parlor and he hires a masseuse for her services and he brings her back to his hotel, and for whatever reason, they get into an argument. And once again, Kid just loses it and he attacks her, strangling her until she's unalived. Then he steals her phone and her jewelry and he leaves. And from there, he just keeps going. A week later, he goes to another massage parlor and he picks up another woman. And he takes her back to his hotel room and he's like, hey, I own a gemstone mine. And she's like, oh, cool. And there, he strangles her too until she's unalived. And then, of course, he steals a bunch of her stuff. Now, so far, the locations of the 3 women he's murdered, they've all been in Thailand, but they're about 100 miles apart from one another. So police aren't yet seeing a pattern. However, some of these hotels do have security cameras, and one of them just happened to catch Kid on video.